for you.
This is not a club we wanted to join. We did not want to be part of the Sandy Hook Club, but we're now members.
The president of Umpqua Community College weighing in on the devastating attack that ended the lives of 9 innocent victims on Thursday. Thanks for watching KOIN 6 News at 6. I'm Chris Holmstrom. We're continuing to follow the latest in the Roseburg shooting. We'll hear more from President Rita Cavan in just a bit, but right now we want to focus on the families of those most affected by this tragedy. Now we have team coverage from Douglas County today. Eileen Park is live with the story of a girl who narrowly escaped death. But first, Jennifer Dowling joins us with more on the firefighter's son who actually saved that girl from harm. Jennifer.
Chris, good evening. We're in Sutherland where a fundraiser just wrapped up. Folks were holding signs like this saying UCC strong in memory of the victims and in support of the families. They held it in honor of Trevin Anspaugh. He, of course, was in the classroom at the time of the shooting and died, and they believe that his body may have protected Randy Scroggins from getting injured and saved her life. And residents here in the town that he grew up in want his story to be told.
Trevin was an unsung hero that day.
Trevin Anspaugh was a graduate of Sutherland High School, the firefighter's son whose body covered Randy Scroggins that day, likely saving her life. Longtime resident Chrissy Martinez wants the world to know his sacrifice.
He laid his body across a little girl so she did not get hurt. And I just, everybody needs to know that Trevin was a hero. Trevin was a hero.
A flower memorial for Trevin now lines the fence in Central Park.
Thank you.
And Christy and others pulled together here to host a barbecue in his honor, raising money that will be donated to the fund UCC has established for victims and families.
There's been an outpouring from all of Douglas County.
Co-organizer Gail Kuntz says the surrounding community and businesses donated everything. Others gave their time to show that this community stands with UCC.
Seeing that it has brought this community together has been wonderful.
Trevin's friend Nikki also came to help raise money for the victims in his honor. She's known him since she was 7.
He wouldn't do anything rude to anyone.
She said the 20-year-old wanted to be just like his dad, a firefighter. She agrees with Martinez that Trevin would have stepped in harm's way to save Scroggins.
He's always been just like his dad and his brother. They're all just like really good people. Like they would do that. Like he was going to be a firefighter like his dad. Like that's what he did, was save people. So it was just in his instinct to do that.
And organizers here say they raised close to $1,000 to donate to that fund. They're going to give that money to the fund tomorrow. Also, friends here say a memorial and service is being planned at the high school gym for Trevin in mid-October. Back to you, Chris.
Definitely a true hero. Jennifer, thank you. Well, we're also live with the story of the girl Trevin saved during the shooting. Eileen Park spoke one-on-one with the girl's father, who's also a pastor in the community. Good evening, Eileen.
Chris, good evening. Well, Lacey was starting her first year in college when all of this happened. Her father, the pastor of New Beginnings behind me, tells me her family will never be the same.
And she said, Daddy, I just started hearing gunshot after gunshot after gunshot.
As a father, Randy Scroggins describes hearing his daughter recount the moments during the shooting as harrowing.
The shooter crossed over Lacey and shot the next person.
Lacey and her mother were at the church service today, showing courage and composure despite what they just went through.
Then that boy's blood saved my daughter's life.
Pastor Scroggins is talking about Trevin Anspaugh, Lacey's classmate. He says Trevin was shot to death next to Lacey, his blood spilling right next to her.
She looked under her arm and she saw the blood of Trevin running out of Trevin. Running out of Trevin and onto her arm, onto her leg. And that's when she heard the shooter say, "Get up."
But instead, Lacey played dead, and so the shooter passed over her. Now, earlier this morning, the first Sunday after the shooting.
Violence will not have the last word in Roseburg. God will have the last word.
Pastor Randy Scroggins, passionate, articulate, and emotional.
We will not be defined by violence, and we will not be defined by evil.
The congregation erupting in song and worship, with hands in the air, praising a higher power for giving them solace in a time of tremendous grief. The Scroggins family believes they owe Lacey's life to Trevin, someone they will always remember.
Her son didn't die in vain. Her son's death saved another human being. He will always be the Scroggins hero.
Now, the pastor says Lacey at some point wants to share her story. We'll let you know when she does. We're live in Roseburg tonight. I'm Eileen Park. Chris, back to you.
All right, Eileen, such an emotional story. Thank you very much.